Oh yes, so today we're going to be installing these, which are underglow neon-y thingies, like it was 2002. We've got to get these attached under the car, and we've got to put the control-y thing somewhere, and we've got to give everything power. First thing I'm going to do is work out where we're going to put these. Jack the car up and then figure out where underneath looks like a good spot to attach them. We're going to get a nice even spread of light. So the last car that I had neons on had LED strips along the sills here and cue video. Because they were waterproof LED strips, I think it was the fuel and just oil and stuff under the cars off the road made the strips turn like brown and go all brittle and fall off, so hopefully these things last better. The other thing is, because they're only on the sides, it lit the underneath of the car really well, but it didn't light the front. So what I'm thinking with these ones is if I can put them either here or here, where it's got a nice forward facing angle. So I think we'd be drilling through around here somewhere. Now I'm not sure if that's double skin or not, because if it's double skin it'll give us a problem. Looking closer, this is the spot that I want. There's these two screws here and here which hold the footplate down. So if I go exactly in front of that screw up to about there, that looks like it's the right spot on the inside of the car. These are the screws here and here, so right up in front of there is pretty much right where the dead pedal is. So if I put the light here somewhere, then it should be, wiring should all go behind the dead pedal, and it should be, it's not in the way I'm going to kick it or anything. And on the other side, I'll put it in the same spot. It'll be underneath this tray that covers the ECU, but the ECU is way over to the left, so it should be fine there as well. Time to start drilling some holes. So this is the drill I'm going to use. It's called a step drill, and basically it's a drill and it's got little steps. So the deeper you drill it, the bigger the hole will be, and because there's little angles on each one, it'll chamfer the hole as well, so tool for the job. On the bottom side we've got a nice big flat surface. On this side we have this, so I'll drill the holes from this side so I can avoid the mount, whereas if I drill the holes from the other side I won't be able to see where this is and I won't be able to avoid it. So I think we'll make the hole down here somewhere, which will put our light nice and low to the ground and at a good angle to try and spread the light out at the front of the car. Some WD-40 for easy drilling. Here we go. So we only need the hole big enough to fit this plug through, so I think we'll go one more step and see if it fits. One more step. There we go. Thread the light through and put it on this side, because it's going to be easier to mark and drill the holes from this side, and then after we've got the holes drilled we can take it out and bolt it to the correct side. Now that we've got our light in the position it's going to be in, mark where we'll have to drill the holes. Now drill the holes. So these are M4 bolts, but I'm going to drill them to 4.5mm to give us a bit of wiggle room. Center punch first. I'm thinking it's really dark under here, so much better. Oh my god, I can see now. That's through. We'll just double check that our pedal is going to fit back over the top. Yeah, it's going to fit fine, nothing's going to be in the way. Because the screws are under the pedal, we shouldn't have any problems with our feet hitting the screws. If they're going to be a problem, we could cut the screws shorter. Put a washer and stuff on this one that didn't fall out, and then I'll do the other side. So there we go, all tightened down, ready to move over and do exactly the same on the other side. So we've got one here and one here. Hopefully the exhaust isn't hot enough to damage them. I don't think it will be, since they were sort of meant to go under a car. So I've just turned them on for a quick test, and they're not on anymore. Why is that? Because the lid fell off. So, as I said, quick test. Looks like they spread the light nicely forwards under the car, so that should have the front of the car covered. And then I think if we put the back ones sort of in front of the back wheels, it should sort of cover the middle and then towards the back a bit. You can buy them with packets of like 6 or 8 LEDs, and that's if you want it to go all the way nice to the back, but I sort of want the light from here forwards, and because the back's so much higher than the front, the light should travel out the back by itself. And because the car goes so fast, the speed of light is like going to be shining down, and the light's going to like go behind the car, so it's going to be sick anyway. Now we're going to decide where the back ones are going to go. Looking underneath it, I think if I put them anywhere back here, they'll be too far back, and the middle will be dark. So I want to choose a spot sort of around here, which is just behind the back seat. So this piece looks like a solid thick bit we won't be able to drill into because like the screws will be going into a cavity. I don't really want to put them here because they'll be like the lowest point and they'll get damaged going over bumps and stuff. This is obviously the fuel tank, so we can't drill holes in the fuel tank. Well, you can drill holes in the fuel tank if you really want to, but I'd advise against it for technical reasons. Oh, this beautiful chassis rail. So nice. Same with these creases up here. Also nice. It's a mint car. Mint car. Clean history, no accident damage. Looks like there's not really a nice spot to put them. If I go over here, so they're sort of protected by this lump and that, then they're like in the sills and I can't actually get to the screws or to the wires. Yeah, a bit stuck. What are we gonna do? Probably attach them to that. So that's like the plastic thing that's just covering these fuel lines. It'd screw to that fine and it's like raised up. On the other side, we only have exhaust in the way and we don't really want to put it near the exhaust because they'll get too hot. So that's sort of like, where's the equivalent spot? That's like here, sort of on the other side. Obviously we can't drill into the rail because rails, as we saw on the other side, have to be in mint condition. So no drilling holes in the rails. Oh, the other thing, no, it's a bad idea. So after much consideration, I've had two ideas and I've chosen one of them. One was this hole in the rear subframe, which actually fits this in it very nicely. Would fit one in there, and that would have one in the center, and this is sort of like the back, and then I'd have to have one at the front there somewhere in the middle, which is the problem. So this one here is fairly protected because it's in this little hole, but I might damage it with the jack. It'll probably be okay. There's no sort of middle area in the car to put one on that side. I could put it in the exhaust tunnel and I think it would still light up, but I think there'd be so much heat in there it would get ruined. What I've decided on is I'm going to try and put it here, but I'm going to try and put it in one of these ridges. It's definitely not ideal, but we'll test it and hopefully they last. It doesn't look like you can see it's been scraping here and stuff and scraping here, but it doesn't look like there's any sort of scrapes in this area. So this area is not the bit that hits the ground because like this hangs lower and you can see it scrapes there instead. So hopefully if we put it here, it'll be nice and protected and last for ages. So drilling into this area, the thing I'll have to be careful of is my battery, which is sort of above it. If I drill in the forward section, that's the top of the lump there, it looks like I should be clear of the battery. I've just noticed this little hole over here, so if I look straight across from that hole, if I go underneath, I should be able to find the hole. Hole's here, so I know if I drill forwards that hole, then I'm forwards of the battery. So I'll get the drill out and start making holes. So if your step drill's as crappy as mine, you might want to use a normal drill bit to get the hole started. Now we'll mark the holes for the screws and then drill the holes for the screws. That's screwed on. Unfortunately it's not as sort of set back as I was hoping it would be, but I think it should still be safe. So now that side's done, I'm going to go on and do the other side, but the other side is exactly the same as the first side, so next. The wires are all run. I'll cut the screws down and then we've got to decide where we're going to run the wiring. I think I'll run this wire along the sill under the dash, the other one the same, and the ones from the floor will be able to just go straight up. So I'm just taking the measurements now for how wide I have to make the plate to go in there, and then we'll cut it out of this fiberglass sheet and stick it in. This is the panel cut. It goes up and it fits under this lip up here, and then the bottom sits flush. And I'll take this screw and this screw to hold the bottom in. On this panel I need to mount the controller for the underglow lights, but I also have these controllers that are for some strobes and other things. I'll sort out how I'm going to make all these fit on there and then we're ready to attach to the car. I've just worked out how I'm going to arrange these on the board and I'll start sticking them down. I'm just using double-sided tape because they're only plastic boxes, so they'll be right. Now, because I've used a copper back sheet for this, I can actually solder all my ground lids straight to the backing and then just attach a ground wire to the backing. If you use a piece of plywood or something, then you'll just have to run separate positive and negative leads like you would for a normal install. So soldering to this copper pad, because the copper is so huge, you sort of got to hold the soldering iron on there for a while to actually get enough heat to go into it that it'll start to stick. And same the other way, it takes it a while to cool down, so you need to put something to hold the piece of wire down when it cools, like this screwdriver. Very nice. Once we've got our panel done, we've got to connect power to it. What you normally do in this situation is go through the multimeter and find somewhere you get switched power, then connect a switch to it so you can turn it on and off. I've already got these switches fitted to my dash, and because I was planning to do this for a while, this switch has already got power to it. So all I need to do is connect the LEDs to this switch, and then I'll have the power to be able to turn them on and off. We've got a crimp connector attached to the end of the power for this, which I'll feed around and attach to the switch in here. After I do that, we're ready to screw these on permanently. I've run all the wires to the front and they're all attached to the box. I'll give it a quick test, and then after that I'll tie them up in a nice coil and attach it all up underneath. Do we have under car lights? Oh yes we do. You can't see anything because it's dark. No, I don't think these are going to work as well as I think they do.
They still look kind of cool. The other side looks cool.
I think it looks like the lights aren't going to be like a nice even spread, they're just like spotlights pointed straight at the ground. Actually, it's darker on this side, it looks nicer.
Yeah, that's what I mean, this side looks nicer.
Maybe once it gets dark it'll look better.
Yeah, so you can change a bit more.
Anyway, we'll get back to installing the other couple of lights that I was going to do extra, and then once it gets dark I'll do a test. This is the finished product. I'm not super happy with it. I definitely think that the LED strips had a much better spread, but I do like that I can change the colour of these ones. However, I don't like that their default thing when you turn them on is they automatically go to like flashing different colours, which looks super gay, and then every time you turn them on you have to turn your phone on, connect to it through Bluetooth, and then change it to whatever colour you want. So that's a bit of a pain, but other than that they're like in a nice aluminium thing, so hopefully they'll stay under the car for a while and not turn to crap like the LED strips did. If you want to see more mods and simple stuff sort of explained like this, then be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.